that's actually the first job. It has nothing to do with Scrum or Agile, is really helping the client articulate a vision of where they want it to be.
And as you're describing this, I'm just thinking that, at the end of the day, behind every process, there's a person. We're talking about changing people's behaviors. How do you push leaders or help leaders figure out what is the way to use these tools and really see what that underlying strategic goal needs to be? Because I know a lot of people get excited about very simple things. We get excited oh man, if I could have my team be twice as efficient, that would be great. Or if we could accelerate our delivery or improve our DORA metrics or what have you, good. I think that connects to revenue and let's do it. But it's very simple thinking. How do you connect it to a larger vision that's appropriate for that group?
If a company calls us and goes, "Oh, I'd love to do Scrum," my answer is why? What are we trying to achieve? What are we getting back in the way? And I think that's a good job of a guide and or a consultant to make sure we truly understand the why. And if the customer can't articulate it, help them get there. And when a customer comes to them and goes, "I want to climb that mountain," their first question, a good guide doesn't go, "Great, let's put on our stuff and go." It goes, "Why do you want to climb the mountain?" "Well, I want to learn because I'm actually doing this better trip that's self-supported." And maybe that's not the right objective. We should be doing something a little bit different for your skill set to be able to get there. So it's making sure we're getting there. If it's actually, I'm flying out from New York and I just want to go on an adventure and want to stay at climbing that mountain, okay, let's check your overall fitness level. And you know what? I'm going to pull you a lot more and lead much more of this because you're not actually really for the skills development. You just want to get to that endpoint. And that's actually the first job. It has nothing to do with Scrum or Agile, is really helping the client articulate a vision of where they want it to be. And the more we can extrapolate back to that, and it leads to good Agile, with a user story of as a customer, I want what, so that if the customer can't answer that, it doesn't really matter. And then if you think about it in terms of a Scrum per se, where you actually give a very clear outcome and you let the team figure out the what, then I never even need to talk about Scrum or user-centered design, because those are the tools I brought to place because we are dead aligned of what or why we're trying to get somewhere, and then what are those principles that are going to unlock it. And you're leaving me the freedom to figure out how to help you get there.